Hi guys, I'll join you again with another video. This is a game called Biomutant and it's the Xbox One version, but it's played on the Xbox Series X.
Encode your DNA. Define your genetic structure. Choose a genetic resilience. Choose your fur style. Pick your main color. Choose your detail color. Pick a class. Choose your detail color. Pick a class. Commando. Deadeye. Command Psy-Freak. Saboteur. Psy-Commander. Deadeye. Deadeye chosen. That'll work. Here's somebody with a troubled past, drawn into the spotlight of a story that's already begun. We're already at a crossroads. Choosing a path in life is that fork in the road where you make a choice or simply stop living. But for you, it's not only a crossroad, but a choice, a reflection of your key, the primal energy that flows through everything.
Allow me to introduce myself. I'm the dark side of you. Your inner voice, to be precise. An echo of the balance and consequence of your actions as you move forward.
So glad you realize who you really are. Let's keep to the bright and better path moving on.
You can't contradict yourself like that. You made the right choice to begin with. Why would you change your mind?
Because you can't deny what's deep within your heart. Sometimes a thought is just a thought. In the end, it's the way you act that counts.
But remember, this is just the beginning of the end. Eventually, it'll be my way or the highway.
Guess left can be right sometimes. Stories of death and the bodies left behind, a reminder that we're at the mercy of nature and the one that preys on others. Do you remember the beast that shattered your family, or did you choose to forget? You turned your back on our world and got lost in your own. Meanwhile, the predator only grew stronger.
So the colours seem a bit off to me. I did adjust the brightness, but I think I've overcompensated, if you know what I mean. The reason I do this is because my hardware that I record it with makes the videos darker than what they are in reality. So I naturally make them a little bit brighter. Hopefully then it comes out alright, but on this occasion it hasn't. So apologies for that. I'd recorded this and then I sort of was hoping by the time it would actually finish recording it would look okay, but it hasn't. And I did find the game a bit glitchy as well, especially in the cutscenes. You see little glitches between them, and I've come across 0 games so far on the Xbox that's been glitchy. Except for this one. So I'm a bit disappointed. The game is good. My friend lent it to me, and it plays apparently fine on his Xbox Series X. Maybe it's my console, I don't know. Maybe I should have restarted it and tried it again, I don't know. Maybe, you know, hindsight, that's what I should have done. But it's first go of it, first playthrough of it, where play to where I end, I should say, not all the way through. And it's quite a cool game. I suppose at times it could be monotonous, but it's quite interesting. Just don't like the way it looks on my screen. I don't know. I'll have to look into it more.
Run and live to fight another day. Let us hope you're ready for it when it comes. The predator isn't the only threat. The wildlife started to mutate when the end of days began, and the tree of life started to die. Nice shot! The oil sludges everywhere. To most, it only means death, but some have adapted to the new environment and changed with it. Evolution has its ways.
Apologies, my voice is a bit croaky today. I rated several videos for my other channels as well, and it's going now. Voice is going a bit. Yeah, so let me know what you think. If you played this, I'm sure I've seen it looking better, and especially the PC version, it looks spot on. But they haven't as yet made a Series X version of this game. So once they do, maybe it will look and play superb then, I hope, which I'm hoping. I nearly bought this last week as well. Saw it on offer for £25, and then I found out my mate has got the game, so I lent it off him. So here we are.
Look, an emergency box from the once was. A rare sight. That pipe looks weak. The claw bar should come in handy. Whoa! It's time to find a way out of this place. No, really, I mean it. The Morks produce biomatter in their multi-organ that they shed under distress, blobs that affect the cellular coding strands of any living being when absorbed, including you. Toxanol built vessels called arks to save themselves from the impending doom. But was it too late? It is only from the flight logs of the single ark they left behind that we know other arks
I like games, narration-based games like this, where the guy who's narrating, I'm sure, was he in Little Big Planet? Is that what I heard his voice before? He's familiar anyway. Yeah, apologies to say the colour's a bit off. I always say it did over brighten it, I think. I don't know, it's not right. But I haven't had a chance to redo the game or replay it, and it was fun. I didn't know if I wanted to replay it again up to where I got to in here. But there we go. Game seems to be getting cheaper and cheaper now. I think it plays the best on the PC. I think it looks pretty good on the PS5, what I've seen of it before as well. But I don't think they've got a PS5 version of it yet. So there we go. I don't know. So I've never had a game I had issues with. Every time I brighten the game, it still looks superb, but when I brighten this one, it's just all out. So I don't know what's going on with it. It's almost like it's not set up right for the Xbox Series X to me. But the same, my mate played it and he said it was fine. So maybe it's just me. Maybe I just restarted, as I said. I'm not sure. I will look into it further. I will try playing it after and play around settings and see if it improves it. But anyway, the idea of this video is just to show you what's going on with it, just see if you haven't seen it before, what you think of it and what have you. It's got some good points. I do like it. It's you know, quite a bit of fun. As I say, it could be monotonous at times, but you know, it's alright. I think it's alright.
It had an inconceivable impact on biodiversity and the entire ecosystem. The world as they knew it crumbled as nature retaliated. It would never be the same again, and what remained of it became ours. The sound of spark metal going pew pew is never a good thing. It's coming from behind that door. A warning label. The box looks like a potential brain melt. It's going to take a bit of puzzling to short-circuit the door. There you go. The wheeled one is outnumbered. You'd better help him out. Itchy trigger finger. That's the last of them. Let's talk to the wheeled one before backup arrives. He wants to thank you for taking his side against the scavengers. He sounds familiar. You just can't figure out why. He presents himself as out of date. He knows he's way overdue, but he hasn't given up. He doesn't seem surprised that you don't recognize him. You were just a child back then, the night everything changed. There have been rumors of a one-eyed Ronin seen outside the Great Wall, and he's happy to see it's true. The legend of the one-eyed child that grew up as an outcast is old and sad. The child could have been anyone, but the evil it had fled had left a mark, a facial scar to remember the past. There's no doubt you're the child, and that what Lupa Lupin did to your village, your Muma and Popsy, was the beginning of the end. He says it has taken you a long time to bring the past back up to the present, to find your way back, but he's grateful you have. It was after the attack that the unity fell apart. Your Muma's disciples divided and formed tribes as a reaction to the blight that had fallen upon the land. Had it not been for the Tree of Life, no one would have survived. He hopes you at least remember the tree. Asks if you were tired, as it's a bit of a hike here from the village. He wonders if your Muma knows you are here. You're such a good child, so you probably did. Even the young forget. He understands why you came all the way out here, to see them, the potato people. The potato people, or Nono, are a wonder, somehow interlinked with this little tree here fueling its source of life. You might be right. Like potatoes, they're packed with energy, an excellent source of ki. The Nono prefer to hide in glitter grass. He says you should get over there and ruffle it. See if you can make one come out of hiding. You've found one. You should be proud. They don't come out for everyone. The Nono's ki energy is just what the Pensai needs to complete its cycle and grow into a tree of life. The small tree you saw up there where you met will eventually grow into a tree of life and start giving back to nature. It'll be the heart of the land. You'll need to support the tree for a long time to come. The only way it'll grow tall is with the burst of ki released from the Nono as they become one with the tree. You'll need a net to catch the Nono, and he wants you to use his, but asks you to be gentle. The Nono are sensitive beings, an embodiment of ki, the primal energy. You handle that net like you've never done anything else. He's impressed. One day, he hopes the tree will have grown tall enough to sustain the world. But today, your focus is getting this one to become one with the tree. Now that you've seen the Nonno's connection with the tree with your own eyes, you have no reason to doubt. From this day on, he'll make nurturing the Pensai into a tree of life, a life goal, not only for our village's sake, but for all of us, everyone. One day, the land won't be as peaceful. Not even your Muma will be able to protect us. He says you'd better hurry back to the village before your Muma comes looking for you. You did good here today. No, she's got lots on her mind and needs rest after the raid last night on the Lupin camp with her disciples. Wonders if they let the Predator family live or not. He lost you there for a while, but no memory is alone. It's part of a trail you can follow. He says he remembers every single day he devoted to growing the Tree of Life, but now he's afraid it might be in vain. The tree started to die when the end of days begun, and it wasn't long after that that the World Eaters arrived. Records tell of the ruinous devastation the Toxanol Corporation inflicted on the land. The apocalypse sparked a re-evolution, the Second Coming, and our lineage. His friend Gizmo is working on a Mekton and needs help defeating the Jumbo Puff at the end of the West Route. Wiz is still repairing his octopod to confront the Merc Puff that dwells deep down under the surface at the end of the Northwest Route. Nocco has tamed the Midget and is preparing to take on the Hoof Puff at the end of the East Route. Finally, Goop is almost done with the Goo Glide, a machine able to ride the waves of the surf all the way out to the Porky Puff at the end of the route to the southeast. Out of Date says his friends are gearing up to stop the World Eaters. There's one at the end of each route. The road ahead won't be easy, but he's counting on your support. His friends aren't strong enough to end this on their own. He wants you to understand that you'll all die if the tree isn't saved. Regardless, you'll meet again once you've played your part in the tribe war and the situation with the World Eaters. You're getting the hang of it. Quickest way out is through the roof where they came in, and the rope looks strong enough to climb. Know that the Tree of Life is dying. Its days are numbered. Without help, it can't endure the environmental change and assault from the World Eaters. A signpost maps it out for the cartographically challenged. Let's see.
I recording this on a Saturday morning, and I just found out the community page is live on my channel because they brought a new rule in for this month. For channels with over 500 subs can now have access to community channels, so it's now on here. I have posted one post, but I don't think anyone's seen it yet or responded to it yet. So if you've got a channel over 500 subs, please check if you happen to have that as well. It's in place of discussion tab you used to have on the channel. It's not community, which gives you a few more options than the discussion thing you used to have. So there you go.
That must be the World Eater that chewed off Out of Date's leg. You'll need a hat trick to bring that down. Look, a survivor. Glad to see someone made it out alive. He's heard the stories about the terror inflicted by the World Eaters to other enclaves, but never expected one to come all the way here. He worries there won't be much left to save if this continues, even if the Tree of Life survives the attack. He doesn't know what your connection is to this place, but something tells him you've stayed true to your heart. Anyway, he needs help and says it's by your actions you'll be judged, not by your intentions. He's grateful for that. You still seem to have a spark of light in you.
Ah! That's a spark of light in you!
What's there to like about light? It hurts to look at.
Not as much as it hurts to look at you.
Always making this personal.
And you're always trying to pretend it's not.
There's Out of Date again. He must have missed something important. Out of Date says you will make a better stand against the World Eaters with the support of a tribe, and there are two nearby. The Myriad tribe is likely to be a good match as they act on the understanding of the greater good and have a code of honor. Regardless of who you choose, it won't be easy, as the conflict between the tribes is worse than ever, teetering on the brink of war. The Myriad's conviction to stop the World Eaters began when the Leviathans rose from the depths of the surf. Siding with the Myriad's movement for wholeness in a fragmented world might seem like the logical thing to do, but is it the right thing? One thing's certain, though. Destiny arrives all the same. The Jagni tribe only ever had one conviction: to bring balance to the world by wiping out the weak. They believe a cleansing is necessary to restore the world and want to let the World Eaters bring down the Tree of Life. But siding with Jagni isn't necessarily a bad thing. Fate will find a way. Out of Date says someone needs to break the stalemate and shift the balance of power to either Jagni's or Myriad's side. He believes the tribe Sifus, Myriad especially, will listen to you and expects you to pay at least one of them a visit and play your part. Out of Date will be waiting for you beneath the Tree of Life if you lose track of what you need to do.
So we are approaching the end of the video. If you've stayed this far, thank you very much. So until next time, bid you all bye for now. Stay safe.
What would it be?